Welcome back to the channel. So in my last video, I did go over what Pulsex is, how it works. I even went through the process of how to sacrifice your Pulsex token, how to sacrifice the Pulsex tokens, where these Pulsex tokens will arrive, although I do need to do a clarity video on that. But it's a 17-minute long video that will basically give you all the information you need to understand what this project is, how it works, and the process to actually go through with it. But this video is a little different. Now, if you haven't seen that last video and you're wondering, you don't even know what Pulsex is, I suggest you watch that video first. It's on this channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Smash the bell notification as well. But go back, watch that video, and then watch this video, because I'm going to explain whether the sacrifice is actually worth it, right? Is this project worth it? And by sacrifice, is it worth sending your Hex token, Ethereum token, USD coin, Tether, any ERC20 token, Chainlink, coins that have the potential to do extremely well for Pulsex? And as you guys can see, they've total USD sacrifice so far is over $67 million, right? So, is this worth it? Right? First things first, we're going to go over Richard Hart, right? Because this is how I view these types of projects, how I dig deeper into these projects, and how I try to best understand the projects and whether it can take off, whether it will take off, and whether it will survive and continue its momentum once taken off. Now we're going to go back, right, and we're going to look at Hex. This is the first Richard Hart project. Now, Richard Hart is the founder of Hex, he's the founder of Pulsex, and he's the founder of PulseChain. Now, I already explained why he's created PulseChain, Pulsex, etc. A lot to do with Ethereum gas fees, etc. And obviously Hex holders and the community getting a fair deal. Now, let's go back, right? Because this is how I'm looking at this, guys. Is this worth it? I don't know. You tell me, right? This project launched over 2 years ago. The percentage gain so far, as you guys can see, from its all-time lows to 2 years ago, sounds like a good deal to me, especially over the last 2 years. Now, the most interesting part of this, right, is not necessarily the percentage gain, but it's the momentum and the fact that this coin is still here, has still held its value even when the market dumped, coming up 13.2% for the day as well. Right now, we know that this coin in particular is being suppressed in a sense, because as you guys can see, it's got a CoinGecko, it doesn't actually show the market cap and it's not ranked either, right? So I should have went on coin market cap, right? So the actual market cap of this project is about $39 billion, $40 billion. So it should be ranked at least 7th in terms of market cap. But if you go on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, even though CoinMarketCap shows you that information, unfortunately, it's still not ranked, right? Which is quite weird, right? It's like 207, 200, it's like 200, ranked 200 on the actual CoinMarketCap list. Now, that's to do with insider politics. Who cares, right? So let's talk about it. So number one, this project has survived. This project's taken off. It survived. And even when the market dipped, as you guys can see, it's bouncing back, right? So we know from previous history, Richard Hart, his projects aren't just pump and dump projects. A lot of people say it's a scam and all this kind of stuff. But as it stands, we're yet to see that, right? People that invested are obviously making money, have made money, and still making money. Like I said, guys, women lie, men lie, numbers do not lie, right? This is what the chart is telling us. So how am I looking at Pulsex, another Richard Hart project? Well, if this is a new project, is it meant to be an advanced project? And again, his name is attached to this. Why on earth would this be a scam, but Hex not be a scam? It would make 0 sense, right? So the way I see this is, it's kind of for me personally, if you're already a Hex holder, sacrificing some of your Hex tokens for Pulsex makes sense. If you don't hold any hex, but you're interested in Pulsex, the information I just gave you should give you a bit of background into Richard Hart and his previous projects, right? So I wouldn't be skeptical on whether this is like pump and dump, a rug pull, etc. I believe even if that was the case, Richard Hart, if you look at his interviews, he prides himself in being one of the most honest men in the cryptocurrency space. He tries to be as transparent as possible, and I believe his ego is too big to allow something like that to happen. I mean, if you see his interviews, even if he wanted that to happen, he couldn't even bring himself to do it because he wants to be an iconic figure in the cryptocurrency space. Now, there's no way that would happen if it is a rug pull or if it's a scam or something dodgy is going on, etc. There can be no mistakes, right? So let's continue. So now that we've got that out the way, should one go over this? Should one still do it? Now that depends on you and what you would like to achieve. That's why I said watch my last video, because you're going to see the objectives and some of the goals that they're trying to achieve. Now, if that doesn't align with you and your values, then probably best to stay away. But I kind of see this as a no-brainer. You know, some of the coins that are maybe not performing that well in my portfolio, I might sacrifice them. Pulsex, even if the project is bad, I believe it would in minimum 10x, right? Even if the project is bad, I think that the project will do really well. And I'm only judging by the projects that he's done so far and how well they've actually performed. Now, is that going to happen overnight? Who knows? But like I said, guys, only play and use money that you can afford to lose. Please don't go putting your life savings in this, hoping to make $1 billion overnight. If you do that, then here's what you're going to end up doing. If this doesn't perform in your time frame, you're going to turn around and say, nope, I knew this was a scam, etc., just because the price hasn't performed as well as you wanted it to do, right? And that's the problem in this space. There's a lot of conflation. If something doesn't do what you want it to do within your time frame, then we add these labels and these kind of labels to it, which is such a shame because it takes away from the real scams and the real dodgy projects in the space. Now, before I continue, guys, like I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because I am going to be providing more pulse chain content and hex content as well. Make sure you click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. And remember, guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. So always, always, always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description, and join my Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much, much more. Pause the video and do that right now, guys, especially if you want more content and more updates. So do that right this second. And for those of you that want to maybe are very much interested in some of my picks, my next 100x gems, my metaverse plays, my NFT plays, and of course our leverage trades as well, click the link in my description and join our Crypto Crew premium channel. And that's where you can dive a lot deeper into my personal community. Now let's continue with the video. $67 million sacrificed so far. So there's obviously traction and there's obviously a community here, guys, right? Now, of course, what I'm going to do for you guys now is I'm going to read off some of this information for you now, the most important information that you guys need to know. So project status, right? So after the Pulse Chain mainnet release, sacrificers will be able to access their free PLX. Now, I've already said when this is likely to happen. Please watch my last video. All right, so I'll read that again. After the Pulse Chain mainnet release, sacrificers will be able to access their free PLSX. And I've already explained how this will work, how to do this, and where to access it. To keep up to date with the latest Pulsex announcement, join the official Pulsex Telegram channel. So for those of you that want more information, I suggest you join the channel, stay up to date with the community, check out their Twitter, do your research, look into Richard Hart most importantly because he is the man behind the project. Code is very important. They're gonna, show us the code, etc. soon. So for those of you guys that are really digging deep and want to dig deep, that is very important. So a few more things I'll read out to you, and then of course you can enjoy the rest of your day, right? So volume bonus, same as with pulse chain sacrifice. Just like with the pulse chain sacrifice, the Pulsex sacrifices will get a volume bonus multiplier of up to 2.5x. Everyone's sacrifice is publicly viewable during the period by checking the public balances of the sacrifices address listed on each coin. This way you might not know when you want to sacrifice some more to move up in the rankings. How volume bonus works. Now I'm not going to get into all of this stuff. Check your volume ranking, the most liquid exchange on Pulse Chain. Pulsex is. So I'm going to read this again, actually, for those of you that maybe do not want to watch the 17-minute video and you're already here, you've already made it this far. Why not, right? So the most liquid exchange on Pulse Chain. So Pulsex is Pulse Chain's exchange. Pulsex enables you to exchange tokens, PRC20s, on Pulse Chain for one another. For example, you could swap Pulse Chain's native token PLSS for Pulsex token PLSX. It works like Uniswap on Ethereum. Bridges also let people trade currencies from other chains on Pulsex, right? And then I go more into details on this on the other chain. I'll probably read out the goals last, and then we'll wrap up this video. So it kind of works like Uniswap, 1inch, Pancake Swap. The list goes on, right? So Pulsex goals. Pulsex is a Uniswap fork with PLSX liquidity provider incentivization. Its goal is to provide Pulse Chain users with the best possible trading experience and yield farm with strong focus on incentivizing ERC20 holders to bridge in and back the value of their free PRC20s. Right? So that's the goals there. I go more into detail on this on my other video. I hope this video, for those of you that watched it till the end, and because I understand how hard it can be to really dig deep into a crypto project without the right guidance, because you probably don't know where to start. But like I said, guys, me personally, I like to start with any project. Number one, I want to know who's the team. I want to know who's leading that team. What have they done before? What are their credentials? Though that is probably the first thing I look for. I want to know who is behind it and what have they done. Like I said, guys, Hex so far has been a success story, right? So far it's been a success story. Richard Hart, very credible thus far, as you guys can see from that project. And then I want to look at the team. I want to look at the code. I want to look at the potential of the project. Does the project actually have any merit, right? Then, of course, I do my other due diligence. I look at the white paper and much more, dig deeper. And then obviously I'll look at the community as well and much more. But if you want to learn more about this, you can obviously click the link in my description and join Crypto Crew Premium to learn more. But anyway, guys, we'll leave it there for now. Hope you all enjoy the video. Until the next one, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, seize the day.